family of God. To the provisions and the storehouses that God has prepared for those who love Him. Yes. Now this pumps me up. Amen. You see, we read the story. This is a good story. That's a great story. But do you understand that God uses these analogies many times in His Word to show His love and faithfulness to people? Yes. And He begins to break it down. Everything, the provisions for the journey. He gave to all of them, to each man, changes of clothes. He gave me a whole new garment of praise. Yeah. He changed me from what I once was to what I am now. Why? He took off that old man. He put me in a new man. He's going to give him a change of garment here. But to Benjamin, he gave 300 pieces of silver and 5 changes of garments. Yeah. I don't know why that was. I haven't figured that one out yet. And he said to his fathers these things: 10 donkeys loaded with the good things of Egypt, 10 female donkeys loaded with grain, bread, and food for his father's journey, for their father's journey. Now, let me get to where I really want to get this morning. A wagon is nothing more than a carrier of goods or evils. A wagon, you can carry manure in, or provisions in. Amen. And I guarantee you that the wagon that they took, the wagons, plural, that they took, was of good. Yes. Now let me break this down for just a moment. I believe that this is my wagon. Mm-hmm. All right? I believe that I carry good in my wagon. Amen. Now, I used to carry manure. Amen. You understand that? Before I became a born-again believer, I carried a lot of manure. Yeah. All right? But God changed that old garment, that old man, gave me a new man, and now I'm a carrier of good. As we begin to understand this, there is a word given to them from Pharaoh, from Joseph to them, that I think is incredible. Joseph sent them off with a warning. In Genesis chapter 45, verse 24. This word is, if you don't get anything else out of this message, you get the rest of what I'm going to tell you. Here's why. So he sent his brothers away, and they departed, and he said to them, see that you do not become troubled along the way. In other words, don't you let anything hinder you from getting to your destination. Galatians says, you ran well. What has hindered you? You started off on a good race. Why did you stop the race? What has hindered you? Then the Lord gave me a word. I want you to grab this. There are many of God's servants that have fallen out of the way lately, and it seemed like since the later 80s and the early 90s, and it just kept like a snowball effect. People falling, people giving up, people quitting. I got a word. What if somebody came to you and said, were you surprised to hear that brother so-and-so or sister so-and-so fell? First, I read this to Rachel last night. I said, first, Rachel, no one falls into sin. Amen. You don't fall into it, folks. Right. You deliberately walk into sin by the choices you make. Amen. That's why Joseph gave them a warning. You make sure that nothing troubles you or hinders you or keeps you from getting to your destination. Amen.